Class 12th, Subject Physics, 7th chapter, Wave Optics. From this chapter, let us see some of the formulae related with wave optics. The first formula is Snell's law, which is given as sin I upon sin R equal to N2 upon N1. N1 is refractive index of first medium, N2 will be refractive index of second medium, and therefore sin I upon sin R will be equal to N2 by N1, or it is also given as N1 sin I equal to N2 sin R. N1 sin I equal to N2 sin R. That means N1 sin I must be equal to N2 sin R. Second formula is Brewster's law. Brewster's law, which is related with polarization of light, and it is given as N2 by N1 equal to tan theta B. N2 by N1 equal to tan theta B, where theta B is called as polarizing angle, that is Brewster's angle. Or from this theta B, that is Brewster's angle, theta B will be equal to tan inverse of N2 by N1. Theta B equal to tan inverse N2 by N1. Third formula will give us the intensity of linearly polarized light, intensity of linearly polarized light, and it will be given by Maloo's law, which is given as I2 equal to I1 cos square theta. I2 equal to I1 cos square theta. Then fourth formula gives us the condition for constructive interference. The condition for constructive interference, it is given as delta phi n equal to n into 2 pi. That means it will be the phase difference, that is delta phi n will be equal to n into 2 pi, where n takes values as 0, 1, 2 and so on. Then fifth formula will give us the condition for destructive interference. Condition for destructive interference, in which the change of phase, that is delta phi n, will be given as n minus half into 2 pi. N minus half into 2 pi, that will be n takes values plus minus 1, plus minus 2 and so on. So this delta phi n will represent the phase difference in case of destructive and constructive interference. Then respectively path difference will be given as n lambda, that is here it will give, we will get n lambda or 2n lambda by 2, and here we will get n minus half lambda, n minus half lambda. So this will be the conditions for constructive and destructive interference, which will represent the phase differences. Then sixth formula will give us relation between displacement, velocity and time. That is, we know that time is equal to distance upon speed. Time is equal to distance upon speed, म्हणजेच displacement upon velocity, and therefore we can write t is equal to, that is time t equal to distance covered in medium, d medium, divided by velocity in that medium, that is phi medium, that will be equal to again distance covered in vacuum, that is d vacuum, divided by speed in vacuum, that is phi vacuum. Now from this relation we can find the optical path. That optical path will be equal to d vacuum, that is distance covered in vacuum. D vacuum will be equal to, from this relation, phi vacuum divided by phi medium, phi vacuum divided by phi medium into d medium, into d medium. So optical path will be equal to phi vacuum upon phi medium into d medium. That will be equal to, this ratio will represent refractive index n of that medium, and therefore n into d medium, n into d medium will be the optical path. Then seventh formula gives us for interference of light. For interference of light, the fringe width will be given as fringe width W will be given as lambda d upon d, where lambda will be the wavelength of light used. Capital D will represent the distance between these sources and the screen on which interference pattern is observed, and that small d will be the distance of separation between the two sources, and therefore fringe width W equal to lambda d upon d. Then eighth formula will give us in case of diffraction. So for diffraction at nth dark point, that is at nth dark point means at minimum, theta nd will be equal to y nd upon d. Theta nd equal to y nd upon d, that will be equal to n lambda upon a, n lambda upon a, or y nd will be equal to n lambda d upon a, n lambda d upon a, that will be equal to nw, that is n times the fringe width w. Then ninth formula will give us for diffraction at nth bright point. For nth bright point in case of diffraction, that is for maxima, theta nb will be equal to y nb upon d, y nb upon d, that will be equal to n plus half lambda by a, n plus half lambda by a, and therefore y nb will be equal to n plus half lambda d upon a, n plus half lambda d upon a, that will be equal to n plus half w, that is n plus half into fringe width. Then 10th formula will give us in case of diffraction. Now in case of diffraction, the width of central maxima, if you consider the central maxima of the diffraction pattern, then the width of that central maxima will be given as WC, that is width of central maxima, equal to 2y1d, 2y1d, that is twice of this y1d, that will be equal to twice of the fringe width w, that will be given as 2 into lambda d upon a, 2 into lambda d upon a. Then 11th formula will give us for microscope, we have to find out the resolving power, that is resolving power of microscope. Before that, the limit of resolution in case of microscope d theta is equal to lambda by a, where a will be the aperture, d theta equal to lambda by a, that will represent limit of resolution. And now let us consider two cases in case of microscope. So first one, for a pair of non-luminous objects, if that microscope is having pair of non-luminous objects, then at that time aperture A equal to lambda upon 2n sin alpha, lambda upon 2n sin alpha, that will be written as lambda upon 2 into Na, where this n sin alpha will represent Na, that is numerical aperture, and from that resolving power of that microscope R will be given as resolving power R will be equal to reciprocal of this A, that is 1 by A will be equal to 2 Na upon lambda, 2 Na upon lambda. Now instead of that, if that microscope is having self-luminous point objects, then for self-luminous point objects, the A will be given as 1.22 lambda upon 2n sin alpha, 1.22 lambda upon 2n sin alpha, that will be equal to 0.61 lambda upon n sin alpha, 0.61 lambda upon n sin alpha, but n sin alpha is again Na, and therefore it will be equal to 0.61 lambda upon Na, 0.61 lambda upon Na, and its resolving power will be then given as resolving power R equal to 1 by A, that will be equal to Na upon 0.61 lambda, Na upon 0.61 lambda. Then instead of microscope, now if you consider the telescope, then 12th formula will give us resolving power of telescope. So for a telescope, if D represents the aperture, that is the diameter of that lens of the telescope, then if D is the aperture, then we can write theta is equal to 1.22 lambda upon D. So this will be theta, that is limit of resolution, that will be theta equal to 1.22 lambda upon D, and hence from this resolving power R will be equal to reciprocal of theta, that is 1 by theta equal to D upon 1.22 lambda. D upon 1.22 lambda, it will represent the resolving power of the telescope. So these are some of the important formulae related with wave optics.